It is official. We finally know when Supernatural is going to end. Also, that lets do some pretty interesting casting news. Welcome to the newest episode of SDW.
Super Dario World!
Alright, so before we get into it, fair warning, this is going to be a short one, because apparently there's some rolling blackouts happening here. There's a scheduled blackout here in my house, so I gonna have to do this one a little bit quick, because otherwise, I'm going to be fucked. Pretty much, there's nothing else I'm going to be able to do. But before that, let me just show this off. For those of you who are watching the video here, oh, by the way, before I get into it, any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Dario the Show on Instagram and at Super Dario World. Also, I'm streaming live pretty much. I'm trying to do Monday through Friday every single time. Last Friday I didn't do it, but I'll get into that in a second. First off, if you're watching the video live stream right now, I got a light. So I got a light behind me. Finally, this big wall, that stupid wall that's behind me, it's finally a little bit less boring. I'm hoping that I'll be able to do more stuff with it eventually, but for now, it makes me feel a little bit better. Also, it changes colors. So if I'm mad, I'll just go red. So if I don't care, I'll just probably be green or something, or I don't know. Point is, I got options now, and we'll see. We'll see how I mess around with it. But let me just get this out of the way. So last Friday, I was invited to do a video audition for something. So last week, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna open myself up to new opportunities. I'm gonna try out something new, and I'm gonna explore some new options. Right. That very week, a friend of mine sent me like a casting notice of like, this is exactly you. Like they needed some bit actors for that. A bit actor basically means is a background actor that has a line, and so it's like they're describing exactly you. So they needed a bilingual male, aged between 25 and 40, who speaks fluent Spanish, fluent English, and but looks white. So she was like, "That's you." Like that kind of is me. So all right, I'll check it out. Also, James Newt, thanks for listening and thanks for being here. I appreciate you joining me. That's the chat, by the way. I believe it's YouTube chat. Yes, I'm correct there. Anyway, what was I even talking about? So yes, that's what I did Friday, and apparently it's not as easy as you would think, and it was for like 3 roles. But anyway, if I get cast, I'll let you know, and I'll let you know what show it was. If I don't, then fuck it, fuck that show. I never cared. I don't care. It's on Netflix. I won't even watch it because fuck them. Anyway, so. Let's get into it. The big piece of news, because I'm actually kind of excited about this, because finally, the CW has announced when we will have the official season finale for their. Is it the longest running TV show? It might be, or at least one of the longest running TV shows in the network's history. And I'm talking about Supernatural. Now, Supernatural is honestly, I love it. It's one of my favorite shows. It's I haven't seen, full disclosure here. I know the guys a little bit. I've gotten to interview them a couple of times to Comic-Con. Really nice dudes. It's always one of my favorite things. One of my favorite rooms to be in, because they're so fun. They're so iconic. It's one of the kings of Comic-Con. Like if I had to pick the 4 kings of Comic-Con, it would be Nathan Fillion and the 3 CW and the 3 Supernatural boys. Because because Mark Hamill's in there too. Ooh, so one of them's gonna be out. So it's probably gonna be the Winchester Brothers. Luke Skywalker and Nathan Fillion, but sorry, Castiel. Anyway, so nice dudes. It made me meeting them in person, seeing that they're actually pretty cool dudes, made me like the show more. And I enjoyed the show the first time I watched it. I was like, what's this scary show gonna be about? Why is Dean from Gilmore Girls in a horror show now? I don't get it. Why is this dude who appeared in a season of Smallville as a bad guy gonna be in a show? And it turns out it was pretty good. It's actually one of the shows that extended itself in the best way possible. Like, it was supposed to end in like season 6, and it was set up to finish that way. Like, the story was gonna wrap up in a very nice and very neat little bow at season 6, but it was they had an idea to extend it, and it was great. At least I loved it. Some people didn't love it, but I did. and it extended the show and it gave it new life, and I just loved it. I completely, I was 100% in, and it's just kept going. So it has its highs, it has its lows. It's cheesy as hell. It's like it's all about family and brotherhood and all that stuff. I like it. I've always enjoyed it. So I was very sad to see that it was ending, but I was, it sometimes, a 15-year run, 15-season run is a good run. I'd say that it's pretty respectable, if you ask me. And it seemed like it was still gonna go out with a bang. Like I said, I do Comic-Con every year. I do interviews with them, and I take pictures of the rooms that I'm in. Every single year, the pictures that get the most interaction are the ones with the Supernatural boys. Why? I mean, I could speculate, but I'm just gonna leave it at, I think that it's a popular show. It's a popular show. It's a popular cast. So let's just leave it there. All right, they're fun people. And so, I just need to say this. Their fan base has the rep of being the craziest fan base out there. And this is not coming off of me. I've met one or two hardcore Supernatural fans in my life, and I'd say normal people, excitable people, but normal. A buddy of mine, Derek, I may have him on the show just to talk about the Supernatural convention. Goes to the Supernatural conventions because that's his job. He's a convention reporter. He goes to every single convention that he can and interviews people. He says that, again, the most rabid, hardcore, crazy fan base is the Supernatural fan base. And actually, they're kind of proud of it. Like, I remember reading an interview once with Misha. That's Castiel right here. And he refers to them as a cult. He refers to his fan base as a cult. Anyway, I don't consider myself part of the cult, but I did consider myself a fan. And I was very sad when I heard that the final season was cut almost halfway through. It sucks. Imagine you put in your 2 weeks of work, and I don't know, in the middle of week 1 something happens, and it's like, all right, well, you're gonna be delayed, and you are technically still working for us, and your final week is gonna happen in a few months, or who knows when it'll happen. And it kind of sucks because you're on the way out. You're already starting to plan your life, planning your future projects, planning the next step, and you can't because you're still technically under contract to finish those 2 weeks. It sucks. I felt really bad for them, especially as an actor. You try to be in a certain state of mind. Now, I know this. All right, actors are crazy people. All right, they're oversensitive. Sometimes they demand crazy stuff, but you get what you pay for, I guess. And sometimes the crazy in real life turns out to be pretty good on screen. And so whenever I hear of an actor being a diva or something, it's like, you know what? Who cares? If what they show on screen is great, then fine, whatever. These dudes weren't that. By the way, I need to clarify that these dudes, I've from what I've known of the reps, they don't have that rep. But anyway, I felt bad for them because again, they're on the way out. You're done. Imagine you've dedicated 15 years of your life on something. You're almost out, and you're going out on a high, and it's got to be emotional because, you've been working for these people. These two, like the Winchester Brothers, they actually became best friends after a bar fight. And not kidding. So the story goes, Jensen Echols got in a bar fight, and Jared Padalecki had his back, and that's when he was like, man, this guy's my boy, and they became best friends. Anyway, it's a great story all around. So you're getting emotionally ready to not seeing your best friend every single day at work, to not seeing your brother there at work, and all these people. And it's not just them; it's the makeup people, it's the producers, it's the lighters, it's the PA, it's the catering people. It's the end of an era, and so you're getting emotionally prepared for that. And all of a sudden, pandemic hits, everything gets delayed. Who knows when the show will end? You were trying to look for another job. You were probably starting to maybe be in talks for a contract for the next step. And all of a sudden you're like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm in limbo. And you're still trying to carry, the emotion that you need to reach the scenes for the final season, for the final episode. Let's just say not fun. I felt bad for those dudes. It happened to pretty much every single show out there. This one felt particularly bad because I felt particularly bad for them because of two reasons. A, I've met them, nice dudes, and B, it's the final episode. All right, it's the final season of 15 seasons. So, it'll be bad. But like I said, I haven't seen the final season yet. I was waiting for it to be out on Netflix and I could just binge watch the whole thing. And it's been really hard for me not to just go out and check out what they had so far because I have my system and I'm kind of obsessive that way. Anyway, so we finally have the release dates. And here you go. All right. This is according to the CW network, and it's the 2020 fall schedule. And the first episode, well, it's not the first episode, but the newest episode of the final season will come out October 8th. And the final season is going to be kind of a two-parter. So the first part is going to be called The Long Road Home. This will come out on November 19th. And Thursday, November 19th at 8 p.m., The Long Road Home. And it's basically, I'm assuming it's going to be a recap of the whole series. You know, Supernatural does this on every season finale, where they do a recap and they just play is it Kansas? I don't know. Like, is it Blue Oyster? Carry On My Wayward Son. Carry on my wayward son. Anyway, they do that, and they do a recap of that season or of the road so far. And so I'm guessing it's going to be an hour long of that. I'm guessing. It doesn't really specify, but if I have to take a guess, I don't know how they're going to fit in for an hour of it. I mean, it's 15 seasons. They can fit an hour there. And then at 9 p.m., again, Thursday, November 19th, Thursday, 9 p.m., will be the Supernatural series finale. That'll be the end. So if it's on the schedule, I'm guessing it's been recorded already. And so it should be done. That's it. It'll be the end of an era, end of a Supernatural era. It's sad, but honestly, I'm happy for them. I'm happy that it's finally they're going to get closure, and they're going to be able to officially start the next stage of their lives. And so that leads me to another piece of news that got dropped today, and that's that Jensen Echols, here you can see him right here. He plays Dean Winchester, the older brother. Sammy, he's the guy that talks like this. Anyway, Jensen Ackles it was announced that he was cast as a superhero on season 3 of Amazon Prime's The Boys. Now, I've talked a lot about The Boys and how excited I am for season 2. Now I'm extra excited for season 3. And let's talk a little bit about the character. Apparently, the character that he's playing is called Soldier Boy. He actually made a video announcement here. Let me just see if I can open that up for you. No, I don't want audio. I just want to play the video. God damn it, son of a... All right, I guess you're going to have to deal with the audio a little bit. I'll just lower it here. Nope, that's not working. I have to close it. Anyway, they made a little video announcement of Jason Ackles kind of just reading through a boys comic, and they play a song where they announce where they say the name of the character, and the character's name is called Soldier Boy. So I'll just read you something from Eric Kripke. Eric Kripke is one of the producers of the show, and he was also producer of Supernatural. So here's his statement. When I was a child, I had a crazy, impossible dream: to provide Jensen Echols with gainful employment. I'm happy to say that dream has come true. Jensen is an amazing actor and even better person, smells like warm chocolate chip cookies, and I consider him a brother. As Soldier Boy, the very first superhero, he'll bring so much humor, pathos, and danger to the role. I can't wait to be on set with him again and bring a bit of Supernatural to The Boys. So, a lot of interesting stuff there. For those of you who didn't catch it, Soldier Boy is basically going to be Captain America. From what I could tell, it says right here, the 42-year-old actor will be portraying the role of Soldier Boy, who is described as the original superhero in the series. After Soldier Boy fought in World War II, he became the first super celebrity and a mainstay of American culture for decades. So, it's not exactly sure why Soldier Boy would be young or why he would look like Jensen. Is it going to be a flashback? I don't know. I'm assuming not. Honestly, I think they're going to come up with something ridiculous, like he was, I don't know, frozen. He was frozen, I don't know, out in the Arctic or something completely wild and original like that. But no, it's The Boys. They'll do something clever. But basically, he's going to be Captain America, right? Could we agree with that? And this is great because honestly, one of my picks for Captain America was Jensen Echols. I thought he would have done a way better job than Chris Evans. I have issues with Chris Evans. He's a bit soft. But Jensen Echols, like it says right here, he'll bring a little bit of danger to the role. So that was the major announcement, and honestly, great. This is great. The Boys just keeps getting better and better, man. I know the season 2 hasn't come out yet, and I know in the trailer they have him ramming into a whale, but I'm very hopeful for it. I'm very hopeful, especially now that they're casting. Like I said, Jensen Echols is a good dude. He's a funny dude, and I'm happy for him. Honestly, this is all good news. So I'm usually complaining about dumb stuff. Today has been a good news day, and so I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there because, like I mentioned before, there's gonna be a blackout here soon, and I gotta finish editing and loading the podcast before it hits me. So But before we get out of here, as always, any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Dario the Show on Instagram and at Super Dario World. Live streaming, pretty much. I'm trying to do it every day, Monday through Friday, on YouTube and on Twitch at Super Dario World. I'm gonna try doing it at night just so that my lights work. So I'm gonna be aiming to doing something a little bit later, maybe a 7-ish, 8-ish, 9-ish. Who knows? You know what? I always end up breaking all that stuff. I end up doing it whenever I feel like it. So we'll see. As always, thank you for listening, and I'll see you again next time.